Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling. Well, let me turn so you don't see. Let me take off the glasses so you can see my face. There we go. This hour on Verbling, we are going to do a speaking skills class on a very interesting topic. It's official. Being rich, having money, makes you a bad person. At least this according to a very interesting BBC article. So we're going to be talking about the article, seeing if we agree or disagree, and we're going to work a little bit with the vocabulary first, and a little bit with the listening as well. So you're going to be hearing it before we actually discuss it, and if we have time for other things I'd like to bring up as well that this article mentions but doesn't go into depth about. Okay? So that'll be coming up in just a minute. We'll give everyone a few minutes to enter. I've already put the link in the chat window for you to read the article, but I'm going to put it in the inside chat. Well, I'll wait till people get here. Okay, so let's give everyone a minute. By the way, I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour. I've taught English to kids, to adults, to businesses. I've been doing this for 15 years. I've taught business English at companies like BP, Deloitte, Prada, the Boston Consulting Group, Bain Capital, and many others, universities and high schools. And I've taught more than 1,000 classes at Verbling since February 2013. So be sure to follow me on Verbling so you can see my upcoming classes, and you can see that link right here in the chat window. And don't forget, if you really want to make progress, these group classes are great for general practice, but to give personal attention to you and have custom-tailored goals that you're going to meet in a timely manner, you should do a private lesson, and you can do a trial lesson with me and see what it's like. All right, everyone. So we've got some people coming in. I'm going to say hello to some new faces, and I'm also going to share my screen so that you can see the material that we're going to use. Okay. So first, let's say hello to some new faces out there. First was Mr. Jorgen. Hello, Mr. Jorgen. How are you?
Hello. I'm fine, thank you.
Very good.
We've had a class before together.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I think it was, or last week. Yeah. And let's see, what do I remember about you, Jorgen? You're from Denmark. I said it first. I said it first.
Hello.
But I can also tell because I recognize the Denmark accent.
But if you can see on my, then you can see it's Copenhagen Football Club.
I wouldn't know.
No.
I can see your shirt, but I wouldn't know
Yes.
the difference. But I believe you.
Yes.
Very good. And let's say hello to another new face, which is Marina. Hello, Marina. How are you? Hello, Marina.
Sorry for being late. Yes, hello.
Hi, Marina. How are you?
Thanks, fine. I'm sorry for being late.
You're not late. you're
No?
on time. No, we just started.
Thanks.
We haven't
Okay.
even started yet. Not even. Where are you from, Marina?
I'm from Lithuania.
From Lithuania. Okay, very good. Nice to have you. And welcome to all of our regulars and a few not so regulars. So regulars, welcome back to Vincenzo, Roberto, Rafael, Oriel. You're now a regular, Oriel. Ibec as well. You're starting to be a regular. Nice to see you all today.
Thank you. Hi.
And Mr. Carlos, which Carlos are you? You are Carlos Bayon. Hello, Carlos.
Hello.
Nice to have
Hello,
you
John.
back. And Alexander, I recognize the cat,
Hi.
but I recognize the cat. I recognize the slippers, Mr. Alexander.
It's my special sign.
Ah, okay. I've got to hear your voice to remember which Alexander. In the last class, you had changed the picture. I think that's what we were talking about. Or something like that. We were talking about
yeah.
the picture.
I was attending your classes before, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But I remember saying something about the cat in the picture. I can't remember. So let's get started, everyone. I'm going to share the material with you on screen. And if you want to open it up, you can use the public chat window where you've got the address, the URL. But also, let me put it inside. 1 second, and I'll put it inside. One moment. Oh, here it is. I lost the chat window. There you go. And now you can see it on the inside chat. If you want to open it up, you can click on the group chat. So, it's official. Everyone, it's official. Money makes you a bad person. Scientists have proved it. Let's find out. If you go down to the second page, you've got table of contents, and if you click on the warm-up, you'll go right to page 3. Now, we're gonna listen to this because it's short, and we're going to be doing lots of discussion. But based on that title, what I want you to do is look at some statements that I made into the warm-up. You tell me if you think they're going to be true or false, and if you can, give a reason for your decision. Okay? Then we're going to pick out some key terms from the article afterwards. Make sure we're going to guess what they might have to do with this article, this research. Then we're going to do a little listening, and the rest of the class, about halfway through, we're going to be talking about it, and I've got some interesting case studies for you to think about as well. So let's get started. Okay? I'm going to go in the order that I see you on my screen. So, Mr. Roberto, can you take number 1, based on the title, research says that money makes you a bad person. Do you think that's likely to be true or false, Roberto?
I think it depends on the person. If you
look at let's take a look at sentence A first.
Okay. A professor looked at rich people for 10 years.
So based on the title, it's official. Money makes you a bad person. And based on the idea that this is about research, what do you think? Likely to be true or false?
Hello.
You have to mute your microphone, Marina, when you're talking on the phone. Sorry, go ahead, Roberto.
I think it's true.
And what makes you think it's true? Is there a particular word that stands out? By the way, I agree with you. I think it's true as well.
I think
What is there a particular word that makes you think this might be true?
I don't know, I suppose, but I don't know.
All right. Okay, well, rich might be a good keyword. So I would say rich and professor would be good keywords to show you that it's true. Because in the title, I say it's official, meaning that it's not just someone's opinion. It's a joke. I'm saying it's not really official. It's a joke. But we can get the idea that something official happened. And money makes you a bad person. If you have money, you're rich. So that's what I mean. If you can pick a word that helps you say, that made me think it's true. That made me think it's false. It'll be useful because later we're going to go back and decide if we were right. Okay, but good start. Mr. Raphael, take a look at sentence B. True or false? What do you think?
The professor said rich people cheat more at games.
B.
B. The professor said the personalities of the rich and poor were similar.
What do you think?
I think it could be false.
I agree.
Due to, I think poor people has another values than rich people.
Good.
People.
Based on the values. Good. So perhaps poor are more likely to have different values. Excellent. So personalities there is the key. The personalities are probably not going to be similar. Let's find out. But I have a feeling you're right. Excellent. Oriel, take sentence C. True or false? What do you think? By the way, remember class, we're just guessing right now. So there's no...
I think that it's true.
Okay.
Because the title says that money makes you a bad person, and if you cheat at the games, you are a bad person.
Exactly. Cheating is bad. Cheating is bad if you get caught, Oriel. If you don't get caught, no problem. Excellent. So the key word there is cheat. Excellent. Marina, you can turn your mic back on. Hello, Marina. Hello, Marina. Hello, hello. Marina, turn your mic back on. Hello, hello. Oh, I don't hear Marina. Mr.
Hello.
Jose. Oh, there she is.
There.
Yes.
There she is.
Yes, I'm here.
Ms. Marina, can you take sentence D for us?
Yes.
Do you think it's likely to be true or false?
The article says poor people think their own goals are most important. No, it's false.
Okay. And why do you think so?
Okay. What time?
Is the
No.
And in particular.
No, only rich people think that their goals are most important.
Okay, so this is based on this is your opinion, right? It's not based on anything in the sentence. Okay, all right. It seems. I'll give you a good vocabulary word, Marina. Counterintuitive. Counterintuitive.
Counterintuitive.
Intuitive. You can separate it if you want.
Counterintuitive.
Intuitive.
Intuitive. Counterintuitive. Okay.
That means what we believe, that's our intuition. What we believe is our intuition. Counter means the opposite. So this sentence is counterintuitive. I think most people would think that rich are more self-centered. They think their goals are more important. So to say that poor people think their goals are most important is counterintuitive. Most people wouldn't think that. Okay? So counterintuitive means the opposite of what you think, what you may think. Counterintuitive. I'll put that in the chat window too. So that's a big word, but it's a good one. So I agree with you, Marina. This sentence is the opposite of what most people would think. It's counterintuitive. Okay, I agree.
Okay.
Mr. Jose, what do you think about sentence E?
Yeah, I think that it is true. Okay, because the poor people give their money away than rich people. The rich people are more selfish.
Right.
Yeah.
Poor people have no money to give away.
For the rich people, the most important thing in their life is the money.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to say.
I think so.
We're going to say it's true. Okay.
It's true.
Is this sentence counterintuitive, Jose?
Counterintuitive.
Based on what I explained to Marina, do you think this sentence is counterintuitive, or is it exactly what we expect?
For me, it's exactly.
Exactly. I agree. So this sentence is not counterintuitive. It's not. It's exactly what we expect.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Mr. Jorgen, let's take a look at F. Mr. Jorgen.
the professor said, richer you are, the less generous you are.
Most
I think
likely to be true or false?
That's true, I think.
Okay. Particular reason, or is there a particular word that makes you think that in the sentence?
Well, he builds the argument that rich people are worse than poor
Exactly.
people.
So less generous is the same as bad or worse. It matches with the title. That makes you bad. Excellent. I agree. Okay, last two. Mr. Carlos. Take a look at G.
G. Rich people will not change their behavior even if you tell them to.
Based on the title, it's official, money makes you a bad person. Do you think this is likely to be true or false?
I think that is true. Most of the reasons are counterintuitive because, of course, Rich doesn't want to change anything.
So the sentence itself is not counterintuitive. The sentence is what we expect. But you're right. The idea that they would change their behavior is counterintuitive. Okay? So yeah, good use of the vocabulary. It's a good word. That's why I brought it up. It's a good way to describe these sentences. And our very last one goes to Alexander for this round. Take H for us.
The professor said rich people cannot be as given as poor people. I think it's false because, you know, rich people, most of rich people fund charity and they support that kind of stuff, and poor people just can give some, you know, cents to the stranger on the street, and that's it.
So it's true or false? Because it says cannot be as giving as poor people.
Yes, I said it's false.
Oh, but your explanation sounds like you're saying it's true.
No.
Because you're saying poor people...
Sorry, just a sec. Like I said, rich people cannot be. No, false.
It's false, okay. Because in your... Here's why I'm asking you. Because in your example, you said rich people give to charities, right? They give to charities. And poor people only have the change in their pocket to give to a stranger on the street, right?
Yeah.
So, rich people are more giving if you look at the amount of money.
They are more giving, yeah, than poor people.
In terms of money, because they have more.
Yeah.
So, when you say the sentence is false, rich people can be as giving. That would if we make it true, it would be rich people can be as giving. In other words, your example seems to say that this sentence is false. Right, I see what you mean. I got it. It's the sentence is worded weird because it's like a negative sentence. That's why it's confusing. But I get what you mean. I get it. So you're saying that poor people are more likely to give in a personal way when they see something happening.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, okay. I understand you now. Sometimes I get confused, but now I'm okay. All right. So, I got it, Alexander. It makes sense. Mr. Ibeck, I want you to take a look. We're going to start with you here for the next part. Discuss what these terms mean. I want you to pick out a key word from the list, and I want you to tell me what you think it has to do with this particular topic, or how it relates to this research that we're going to read about. Okay? So you can pick the first word or any word that seems interesting in this list. I just want us to discuss a few of these key ideas. Okay?
Okay. About research, yeah. I think it's science that discover some of idea researching, which searching something during a long period.
Exactly. So, in other words, we're talking about probably scientists, or who knows, maybe psychologists, right? And they have maybe uncovered some trait through the research, some trait or some characteristic. Okay, I think that's good, very good. We're not going to do all of these, but I'd like you to pick out any keywords, class, pick out any keywords, particularly ones that you don't know, you're not sure about, and we can define them as well. All right? So, let's go back to Roberto. Is there a particular keyword that you can talk about in relation to these ideas? Or is there a keyword that you're not sure about and you want to define? What do you think, Roberto?
For example, wealth.
Wealth. Good keyword. Do you want to define it, or do you want to say how it might relate to this research?
I'll try to define the word.
Excellent. Define it for us. What is wealth?
The amount of money a person have.
Yeah. Whoops. The amount of money. Is it only money?
No, I think it's other things. The happy you are, for example, happiness.
So wealth, the wealth could be non-material as well. Non-material. You know what I mean by non-material? Happiness, like you mentioned, is a non-material thing. Happiness is something you can't touch, you feel, but money is material. So wealth could be money, but it might be in something non-material as well. I think so. We could measure wealth in different ways. Okay? But the common definition is what you're worth. What you are worth. And that usually translates into money. Okay, but an interesting idea. Maybe wealth could be defined in a non-material way. Very good. Maybe we can pick 2 more words out of this list. Okay? So I'll leave it up to the rest of you. Is there a particular word that you don't know that we can define, class? Is there a particular word you're not sure of, class? Or is everything familiar?
I'm just wondering the difference between wealth and welfare.
Good question. That's a good one. Let's start by giving an example of welfare or a definition. Example or definition. So what do you think of with welfare, Alexander?
Something that is connected with money. A lot of money.
Connected with money for welfare. Class, do we agree? Would you say that it's connected with money, class?
And with your, if you haven't any injury or you aren't ill or sick.
Exactly. Not having injury, not being ill or sick.
I think it also has to do with the surrounding society, what they can offer of like schools and social help is different from country to country. How much welfare there is in Denmark.
Social security as well. Social security in every country. So what about Denmark? So what about Denmark with social security? You have a very good system, don't you?
Yes, we have lots of welfare, high level of welfare we call it. The education is free, totally free. You don't pay tuition, and hospitals are free, and well, dentists you have to pay yourself, but and libraries are free, and lots of things are free in Denmark. But then we pay a higher tax. But that's the way the Danes like their society. That's the way we like to, what do you call it? The structure of our society. The Danes feel okay by paying a high tax and then have a lot of things for free.
Very good. So we can call that a trade-off, can't we?
Yes.
Trade-off. So Alexander, what do you think about Jürgen's idea here? What's the trade-off? You mentioned tax, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the trade-off is what? The tax is what?
The tax is
high or low? Did you hear what he said?
Jürgen.
Yeah, Jürgen was saying the tax is high, but what do you get in return? Tax is high, but what do you get in return in terms of welfare?
I don't know.
Uh-oh, Jürgen, he did. Let's ask the class. So, as in this example, welfare was very well explained. Jürgen gave good examples. Class, even though you have to pay high tax in some countries, what do you get in terms of welfare? You get what?
Money.
You get?
Like some aid for that social hospitality. I'm sorry, medicine, education.
Yeah, exactly. Medicine or medical care, education, etc. is free or at least affordable. Yeah. So welfare is all those social things that we agree on as a society are important for everyone to have. That's welfare. So it's not money in itself. Wealth is what you're worth, what you earn, what you've saved. Okay? Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to, my suggestion is that you go to page 4. My suggestion is that you highlight this text and make a copy of it and into a text document, and you listen. Try to fill in the missing words that you're going to hear. I'm going to read it twice, okay? And then we're going to spend the rest of the class talking about the ideas in this article. So my suggestion is that you highlight it, copy it, open a text document, listen once, and then the second time I read it, listen and fill in the missing words. And I will give you the answers in the chat window at the end. Okay? So here we go. Everyone ready? Ready! Everyone ready? Ready! When I say ready, you say ready. Everyone ready?
Ready.
Ready! There we go. Okay, let's listen. A researcher has made a report that says having a lot of money makes you a bad person. Professor Paul Piff spent 10 years looking at the personalities of rich people and found that their behavior was very different to the behavior of poor people. Mr. Piff said rich people are more likely to break rules, not follow the law, and not care about other people. He also said wealthy people cheat more at games and are less likely to help other people. Professor Piff told the BBC that, quote, wealth makes you more worried about your own interests, your own desires, your own welfare. He added that rich people think their goals and needs are the most important thing in their life. Professor Piff also found that poorer people are more generous than rich people. The poor give a higher percentage of their money to help others than rich. He said poor people give 1.5 times as much as rich people. He said, quote, "The wealthier you are, the less generous you are. You give significantly smaller portions away to other people." However, he did say that rich people could change their behavior and become nicer and more generous. He said rich people can help others more if you tell them that giving and helping is a good thing. He said, quote, "Reminding people of the benefits of cooperation or the advantages of community causes wealthier individuals to be just as giving as poor people." So, what do you think, class? Did you get the basic idea there? Think you got all the missing words?
Yes.
Difficult? Yeah?
No, it wasn't difficult.
Not difficult. Okay. What about the rest of you? Would you like to hear it one more time? Or can we go through it and add back the missing words?
No, one more time, John.
One more time. Okay.
Yes.
Here we go, everyone. Here we go. What? Okay. I'm going to read a little bit faster this time. A researcher has made a report that says having a lot of money makes you a bad person. Professor Paul Piff spent 10 years looking at the personalities of rich people and found that their behavior was very different to the behavior of poor people. Mr. Piff said rich people are more likely to break rules, not follow the law, and not care about other people. He also said wealthy people cheat more at games and are less likely to help other people. Professor Piff told the BBC that wealth makes you more worried about your own interests, your own desires, your own welfare. He added that rich people think their goals and needs are the most important thing in their life. Professor Piff also found that poor people are more generous than rich people. The poor give a higher percentage of their money to help others than the rich. He said poor people give 1.5 times as much as richer people. He said the wealthier you are, the less generous you are. You give significantly smaller portions away to other people. However, he did say that rich people could change their behavior and become nicer and more generous. He said rich people can help others more if you tell them that giving and helping is a good thing. He said, quote, "Reminding people of the benefits of cooperation or the advantages of community causes wealthier individuals to be just as giving as poor people." And there you go. What I want you to do is read the text back to me, add in the missing words. If you're not sure, don't worry. The important thing is that you say something that fits in the blank. Doesn't have to be exactly what I said. Okay? So this time we're going to go from left to right. So the first person is Mr. Ibeck. Start us off with number 1, Mr. Ibeck.
So, a researcher has made a report that says having a lot of money makes you a bad person.
Excellent. So it's a report at. Isn't that it?
Report that or at?
A report that.
Yeah, I wrote as that. Yeah.
Okay. And so that's good, but you got the main idea. Okay, very good, very good. Number 2, Alexander.
Professor Paul Piff spent 10 years looking at the personalities of rich people and found their behavior was very different to the behavior of poor people.
Okay, so it's and. So the missing words are and?
and found that their behavior.
Excellent. That's it. That's correct. I'm putting these answers in the chat window as well, so you can see them later. And after class, I'll post them in the public chat. Perfect. Mr. Carl.
John,
Yes.
can I do a question?
Go for it.
In this phrase, can we avoid to use the second behavior? Can we say their behavior was very different to the poor people, for example?
You can say, let me look at the sentence again. Oh, yes, I see what you mean. Okay, so it should be like this. 1 second. He spent 10 years looking at the personality and found that their behavior was very different to that of poor people.
Okay.
To that of poor people.
Okay.
So you can replace it with a kind of pronoun. This pronoun is called a relative pronoun. That, which, who, whom. Here, that is the best. To that of poor people. Okay, Carlos, keep going for number 3.
Okay. Dr. Pitt said rich people are more likely to break rules, not follow the law, and not care about other people.
Perfect. That is correct. Okay. We're on number 4 with Mr. Jorgen.
Number 4. He also said wealthy people. I didn't get to write it down. He also said that wealthy people games and are less likely to cheat in games.
Good. That's right. That's right. Now you're missing one word though. It's
at games.
Cheat more at
Yes.
games because we're comparing. Okay, but good. So wealthy people cheat more at games and are less likely to help people. That's it. Okay, excellent. Jose, take number 5.
Yes, John. He also said wealthy people cheat more at games and are less likely to help other people.
That was 4. Continue to 5. Continue to 5, Jose.
Wealth, big, sure, more worried your own interest, your own desires, your own welfare.
Okay, so what was the missing word? Wealth.
The missing word, big, sure, more worried.
Makes you more. Is that
Makes
right?
you, yes.
Got it. That is correct. Okay. And for you people watching out there, I will post the answers for you in a minute after we finish the exercise. Okay. Very good, Jose. That's it. Marina, I want you to continue and do number 6 for us, please.
6. 6.
So start. So the last.
Yes, he added that rich people think their own goals and needs are the most important thing in their life.
Very good. The most important thing in their life. Now, it's correct. You could also say in their lives, because people is plural. So I would prefer that you say in their lives because people is plural, but the actual sentence was in their life. So for me, that's a mistake, but that's what the article actually said. Okay? So you heard correctly, Marina. Very good.
Thank you.
Oriel, number 7, please.
Okay. Professor Pitt also found that poorer people are more generous than rich people.
Perfect. That is correct. Also found that. Excellent. We're on to Raphael for 8.
Number 8. Blank. Once he said poorer people give 1.5 times as much as richer people.
1.5 times is correct. Very good. And you can write it like this. Look in the chat window. 1 dash, a 1 hyphen, and hyphen, a hyphen, half. So it's all linked together. Okay? Perfect. That was it, Rafael. Very good. So we're back to you, Mr. Roberto, for number 9, starting with he said.
He said, the wealthier you are, the less generous you are.
He said the wealthier you are, the less generous you are. That's it. Okay, good. The less generous you are. Perfect. Okay, and we're back to Mr. Ibeck for 11. 2 left. Number 11.
You give significantly smaller portions away too. However, he did say that rich people could change their behavior and become nicer and more generous.
Okay. However, he did say that rich people, one more time?
Could change their behavior and their,
Okay.
maybe, their. Or...
Their behavior. Their. It's T-H-E-I-R. Their behavior. Okay? So that sounded correct to me. Very good. Could change their behavior. Excellent. And Alexander, you're going to finish it up for us, the last one, starting from he said.
John, maybe we must change, must be without S?
Without the S. In which word? I'm sorry? Which word?
In the last phrase, when you say he did say that rich people could change without S.
Where? I'm sorry, but I don't see the S. Where is there an S?
Oh, maybe I understood this. S is change. Then could change.
Change.
Okay.
C-H-A-N-G-E.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Great.
Okay. And Alexander, the last one, number 12, starting with he said. Go ahead, Alexander. Alexander, are you there? Alexander? Have you gone away? Okay, Carlos, take number 12 for us, starting with he said.
Okay. He said, reminding people of the benefits of cooperation or the advantage of community cause wealthier individuals to be just as giving as poor people.
Okay, individuals to be just as giving as. That is correct. Okay, very good. We got it all. Very good. These answers I'm going to post right now in the public chat if you're out there watching. I didn't put the numbers, but they're all in order. Okay, and now I want to know what you think. I'd like to go to all of you. Okay, so I've got some questions prepared for you, but we can talk about this freely. So I'm going to go to page 6. I'm going to pick a question, but you don't have to stick to these questions. I want to know what you think. And I've got a very interesting case study to share with you. Okay? So I'm going to jump down to, I'm not going to worry about the vocabulary, like what do you think of when you hear the word money. I'm going to start with this question, number 3. And I'm going to ask, I'm going to pick on all of you, but you can speak as a class freely. Okay? So, Mr. Roberto, let me start with you. Is money the root of all evil? Do you know that expression? The root of all evil.
I think I suppose the meaning of the expression.
Do you think it's true?
I think yes, can be true.
Yeah?
Yes.
So if there was no money, Roberto, there would be no evil in the world. Is that right?
Sorry, can you repeat? Sorry.
So if money is the root of all evil,
yes.
If there was no money in the world, if we didn't use money, we would all be good, right?
Okay, I think too much money in a few hands is dangerous.
Ah,
I think
that's the problem. That's
Yes.
the problem. So, are animals good and evil? Do we have good and evil animals because they don't have money? What do you think? Is it just a human thing?
I think the problem. Yes, I think it's a problem with humans.
So it's a human concept. What do the rest of you think about that? Is money the reason for all of the bad we see in the world today? Is it all about money? Or is it human nature?
I think that the Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. I believe it has to do with the love of money and not money in itself, because money is it's a good thing if they are used to buy food and clothes for destitute children, and well, money is a force to be reckoned with, and it brings welfare, and money is just resources. It's a potential to do something, and you can do something worthwhile, or you can do something not worthwhile. But I think the love of money is something different, because that has to do with the person, and then we enter the area where we can talk about morality and good versus evil, because the love of money have really driven some people almost insane. I think like the Wall Street, when it crashes, Wall Street crashed in 1929, there was some that actually killed themselves because they lost some money, and they were so attached to the money and loved them so much that they say, I have no life now since I have lost my wealth. And then you can really talk about the love of money has done something bad to these persons.
Not to mention the people who had the money in the bank. The people who killed themselves were on Wall Street. They were jumping off the office buildings in 1929. But what about all those people that had money in the bank that didn't work on Wall Street? they couldn't jump off of. They didn't know office buildings to jump off of. Do you know what they did? They got into big caravans and they went to California. There was a big mass migration of people who had nothing, and they all went to work on farms. It's from the famous novel, The Grapes of Wrath. Everyone's going to California. So that's a really good point. It's the worship of money. That's the problem. Marina, do you think that the problem is getting worse, getting better, or it's always the same? What do you think about these days?
About money?
Yeah, this idea that it's the worship of money, as Jürgen said. Do you think the rich are getting meaner than they've ever been, or do you think it's a constant? It doesn't change. Is the problem worse today than before?
I didn't understand this question.
Oh, so the question is, it's basically, I'm asking this one on the screen. Hang on a second. Do you think the rich are meaner than ever before? Number 5. This one, sorry.
Yes, okay.
In other words, is the problem worse today than it was in the past? What do you think? It's just your opinion.
I think that rich people allow for themselves more things that poor people. And not only for buy something, but in manner too. But it not for all people. But I know some people who was very poor, but when they became rich, and they change their manner. They don't communicate with poor people because it's not their level. in the life, and no, and something else.
I understand. So actually, that was another question I was going to ask. How does money change people? So that's an interesting idea, Marina. You're saying that at least for some people, when they become wealthier,
Yes.
so it's not even rich, when they become wealthier, it's like they forget everything they went through.
Okay. Yes, they change their mind.
They change their mind, exactly.
Yes.
Interesting. Mr. Ibeck, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
Do you think that culture, this is not a question in the list, but just my own question, do you think that culture plays a part in how money changes you? Do you think an American is going to act, a rich American is going to act different than a rich Kazakhstan? Where do you live? Oh, I can't remember. Are you in Kazakhstan?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I live in Kazakhstan.
Yes. So, do you think culture plays an important role? What do you think?
Honestly speaking, I couldn't say exactly culture could affect it or not. I think it's because of all of changes. It's a type of person. I think if he if probably some of people, if he got a lot of on a lot of money, they could still be same as they was before, but some people could change very fast. I think it depends on type of people, and I think making money, how said Marina, uh, getting money very fast from poor to be from poor to be rich. It makes people it change people very fast. I think than that people who are rich for a long time.
It changes people fast for the worse, you mean?
Yeah, for the worse.
Interesting. I think that is a good point, because I've noticed that as well. That people, the wealthier you get, the more you tend to forget where you come from. It's a point to talk about. Well, if we all agree, and now research suggests that it's true, that in fact, the more money you have, the more selfish you tend to be. My question is, what can the world do to share money or resources more equally? What do you think could change that isn't happening now? What do you think? All of you, what do you think?
I think that the people should be less selfish. In the poor cultures, the people share more things.
The last part was, so less selfish people, the last part, repeat?
The last part, in the poor cultures, the people share more things.
The people should say or sell?
Share.
Sell, like what?
Share.
Share. Oh, it's hard to hear you today, Jose. Connection is very muffled. It's hard to hear you. People should share more things. Well,
in the poor cultures, in the rich people, the people are more selfish.
Well, the research suggested that just by informing people who are wealthier that there are benefits for them to share, they are more likely to change. It's as if they're not aware of it. So what do you think we could do to get them to share more? I don't know if I agree with this research. What's one thing you think we could do?
It's difficult to think about it, but because the rich people are more selfish, change this behavior is difficult.
It is. Changing any behavior is difficult.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Raphael, what do you think? Do you think that the way society is is constructed, at least in the West, makes it impossible not to be selfish. We live in a capitalist economy all over the West. The goal is to make money. The more money you make, the more you get. I mean, don't you think it's the way society is organized?
I think, as Jorgen said before, first of all, money is a good thing because it's the way we interchange different things and everything. Secondly, I think the distribution of the redistribution of the money when you are paying taxes, it could contribute to a better welfare in the society, and this is the point. If the redistribution of the money is convenient, is benefit for every people, the society could be more equal. Also, we need to think, the more you earn, the more you pay for taxes, could be another way to change our behavior. And also try to fight against the greed. Greed is perhaps, as we can see in many movies in the recent crisis, greed is the point that people are trying to get more money every time, getting richer more and more.
It's never enough, is it? It's never enough.
It's never enough. Also, we can change this behavior, trying to have a better taxes policy, try to fight against the laundering of the money, trying to don't have so much money under the table or black money.
Dark money, we say. Dark money, and try to fight against these countries that have, like Switzerland or other countries that have free taxes for money, and it's like we call offshores, where tax shelters. Well, listen, we have to stop there. Sorry to cut you off, Rafael. Very interesting ideas. I think we should have a follow-up class where we really talk about what solutions there are. In the meantime, I'm going to put a name in the chat window, and I want you to Google for that name, because if you want to see an amazing case study about how money changes your behavior, there's a very interesting court case right now in the United States. So copy that name, write it down. I'll put it in the public chat as well. And we'll talk about it at another time. I'm going to start the business class right now. Great participation, everyone. I'm going to be doing a special reading class today. So come into the business class and you'll see what it's all about. Bye for now, everyone. See you next time.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.